Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we are talking about how to insert a Google Sheet into a Google Doc. It's a question that I've had actually several times from people and it's not that hard to do. But the first thing you need to have is a actual sheet with data. So I've created one in front of you using someone else's online. And so take that information and type that Google Sheet up that you see in front of you. And then do the formula that I'm about to do. So you have to pause the video to do that. That's fine, whatever. This is the Google Sheet that you need to type up exactly as I have it. So starting out with, let's do a formula. How do we start formulas? Equals, and then go B5. Okay, that's going to select the first data point on mass of a gum wrapper. Let's do the minus, and then B2, which is going to select the mass of the wrapper. We want to exclude the mass of the wrapper from the mass of the gum with the wrapper. Press enter, and there we go. We have a calculation of 18.63, and that's correct. However, we don't want the cell value of B and 2 to change. So let's put a $ in front of it, and that's the way that you lock in the cell value. And there you'll notice that 18.63 is locked. Now if I copy it down one, notice when I double click here to see the formula, it still is locked on B and 2. But if I had not put that $, it would not have, it would just keep moving the cell value of B2 down, and then this one would be 0, so it would have a problem. Okay, so that's why I did that. Copy it down the rest of the way, and notice everything is perfect. We have the calculation done. Now, from this, we want to insert a chart in here from the time chewed, I think is the first range we want to grab. So let's go over here and press insert chart, slide it over here, and the chart type, let's change that down to scatter. So again, I scrolled down from the top, clicked on scatter. Okay, then we want to choose a data range for that chart. Press the data range selection option here. And let's grab time chewed all the way down to the last one there. Add another range. And let's do the C column. Press OK. And there we go. It points out our charts and stuff there. Now we can format this chart by doing some things in here. So let's do some customization. You can customize the colors of things. The chart title, we want to put that in there. Let's do mass of gum versus time chewed. Why not, right? You could select a default font if you want. You've got your series here. You can change those. The legend is what I want to change next. Um, let's change the legend to none. Okay. And then let's leave this the same as well. You could change some default things if you wanted to. The vertical axis, you could manipulate those and change them as well. There's a lot you could do in here, but for now we're just going to leave that alone and make sure the chart is inserted. Now in order to actually export this chart and add it to a Google Doc, we first have to open a Google Doc. And so what I did was I went to Google and I clicked on the 9 square and opened Docs. If you don't know how to work with Docs, go back and watch my Docs tutorials. Okay, so I opened a Google Doc here, and there it is. And I want to get this chart into Google Docs. Now you know, I guess you could try to drag it up and drag it in, and it doesn't drag. Okay, but you can do this drop down here, and you can hit download as a PNG. And so I'm going to do that. Okay, and there it is down here at the bottom. Now what I can do is click over to this Google Docs tab, and I'm going to put mass of gum versus, whoa, got stuck, versus time chewed. Maybe I'm making a proposal. It's based on this spreadsheet. Make this a little bit bigger. All right, cool. And I could just drag this picture in, And there we go, a nice little chart to substantiate maybe some claim that I'm making. Now, another way to find this picture if you have potentially lost it is to go to your folder and go to downloads, and there you go. Maybe you have lost the chart, and then there it is right there in your downloads folder. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. This has been creating um, a Google Sheets presentation, but also taking the data from that and making it into a palatable, usable thing in a Google Doc. And this is a task you will probably do hundreds of times over if you're working in the corporate world. And so hopefully this has been helpful, and I will see you in the next video.